We will be doing a couple of little remote productions, little smaller versions for the San Francisco Theater Festival. There's a kickoff party at 111 Minna on Friday the 8th and Friday the 6th of August, and we're going to do just sort of like the first 4 numbers there live, and also again on Sunday the 8th at Yerba Buena. So that'll be interesting to do it somewhere else. We did do some numbers at the Tingle Tangle party at Café du Nord, and it's fun to take it on the road.
Oh yeah,
but it's different. It's very like guerrilla theater. Like, where am I going to stand? I don't know. Just find a spot and, you know, move some people over and grab a microphone if you can. If not, just sing loud. So it's fun to take it somewhere else, but it would take a lot of work to redo it somewhere else. But it's fun for us to kind of take it on the road.
Well, you're doing some parties too, right?
So we're doing those 2 for the theater festival, and then we're going to do some pieces of it when they play the Coquettes documentary at the Roxy Theater, September 7th, 8th, and 9th. We've done bits of it at the Castro Theater when we opened up for Justin Bond. We did a couple of numbers on the Castro Theater stage, and that was really exciting. Again, we just kind of figure it out.
My God, it would be fabulous,
huge audience. But it's fun. That was strange for us because you can't see them. You're just
That's right,
you're performing into a big black hole
Yeah.
with, you know, a lot of response, but it's different than what we get at the theater where we can actually see every audience member and see their reaction and see how we're doing. So, but it is fun to take it on the road.
You guys did great that night, and to see the entire cast of 20-something people
It would
spread
be spectacular,
across the
I think.
Castro
Yeah.
stage, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal.
And very exciting.
Looked fantastic.
Yeah. And for
sounded great.
sounded
too.
great. Yeah. That the
What a
acoustics were
benefit
great.
you could do in the Castro Theater with
That's right.
the 21st century Mockettes.
That's right. That's right. The children of the Coquettes.
The children of the Coquettes.
That sounds like a horror film to
Yeah.
me.
The Coquettes, baby.
Oh gosh. Well, and you've been at all these events that we're talking about through this history now, and this new production of Pearls Over Shanghai. Are you capturing stuff at just about everything?
Well, it was the Tingle Tangle event.
That's right. And, one of the photos you'll see later is Nancy and Kegel from Pearls in a deep, tongue kiss. And that
one of my favorite
became
photos.
the poster shot for my last exhibit just last month.
I just love that shot.
It's a sort of...
Why don't we take a minute and when you have a chance, Stephen, pull up some of the photos and you guys can tell us about them.
Yep.
But I have been kind of...
Yeah,
continue to be a
because
groupie. I'm a big groupie. I shoot quite a bit.
Like at the Justin Bond thing at the Castro, were you able to take photographs at that?
I didn't shoot there. I'm
Okay.
very selective in a sense
Okay.
of the environment. The Castro's really hard to shoot in,
I can
actually.
imagine,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But Tingle Tangle I shot, and I got
Okay.
beautiful stuff.
Really good stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
So, gonna let you identify these.
That's Robert Opel Jr., who's made an incredible film called Uncle Bob, working with many of the Coquettes, such as Rumi, and that's an independent film that just debuted at the Gay Film Festival, the LGBT Festival, and that's a little studio shot I did with Robert.
He's a hot man.
Very hot man.
Yeah, my
Great
God.
filmmaker, too. The film is fantastic.
And the film is...
It's called Uncle Bob, about the life of his uncle, Robert Opel, who's the
Oh.
guy who was the streaker for the Academy
Yeah,
Awards.
I read
back
about that.
when.
Yeah, that's great.
And we've done some studio work with the cast of Pearls Over Shanghai, the Thrill Peddlers version, and this is a homage to Richard Avedon's portrait of the Andy Warhol superstars. This is just the third of 3 panels.
Wow.
This is a shot at LGBT Pride celebration that I love.
I do too.
That's Scorchy's holster. This is Reggie, who was one of the Coquettes and one of the Angels of Light and a dear, dear friend, passed away from AIDS. He's in the Coquettes documentary and one of the most poignant speeches of the whole film, and this is his memorial at my studio. And this is Ocean Michael Moon and his mom. God, her name is failing me.
But she's the one in the poster.
She's the
of
one that in the Coquettes documentary sings in bubble sounds. Oh my God! Now I'm completely embarrassed.
But he's the baby that she was breastfeeding
That's
in the
right.
poster.
That's right.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And this is the notorious Creamer Ritz, who's also passed on to more fabulous stages. Krima did the Mother Fu role that Russell's doing now. Fantastic actor. This is Liquid Eyeliner exhibition and opening at the Art Commission Gallery. These are sort of the heirs apparent to the Coquette's legacy. This is Mark Eustace's theater company called Strange Fruit, which is sort of in that same lineage of the Coquettes, Angels of Light, Strange Fruit, and then the story goes on. There's many, many more heirs to that wonderful, wonderful legacy. And here's one of the grandmothers herself, Rumi Misabu,
yeah.
who's graced the stage in the current production of Pearls Over Shanghai.
We call her Tranma.
I love it. He's actually been on the show with Russell. Yeah.
Oh God, I wonder who didn't get the word in edgewise.
Yes.
It was interesting. It was great, actually. So this
is a recent portrait. This is actually some of my most recent work. This is Glenn Loeche, who's a wonderful, wonderful model. And we're referencing David Bowie, which of course, who is, directly inspired from the Coquettes. A lot of that glam, gender play that we saw in the 70s was thanks to the Coquettes. And this is the
infamous, great, fabulous photo.
French.
And many people ask, like, oh, is that part of the show? I got to go see that show. Or, like, did you guys pose for that? And it was really just a magical moment. We were both just having such a good time at this party. The party was at Café du Nord. It was part of Tingle Tangle, which, and on this event was after we had a Coquettes night at the MoMA. The MoMA had a night celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Coquettes, so we all went to that in costume, and then we went back to this party and performed on stage at Café du Nord, and it was just such a magical night, and it was one of those nights where she and I just looked at each other like, this is one of these special, special moments afforded us by being in this production, and it's only going to happen once in a lifetime. And Danny just started taking pictures, and we just started kissing, and it was religious and great.
This is an outstanding. I mean, it's fabulous. It's really magnificent.
And I can't even tell you the number of times people have said, "Oh, those drag queens are so fabulous." And I'm like, yes, they are drag queens. However, they're cisgendered women. So this is that earlier production, and there's Fayette, one of the original Coquettes, who was part of that production, and she did the costuming. And so this is the current production, and it's very, very early manifestation.
This is kind of when they were almost workshopping it, and they took it to New York. So on the left is Will McMichael, who's still in the production as Hank, and Rumi, of course, Fayette.